Hey, Dorothy, where's Diddy?
Diddy?
You know, Mars.
I think he's practicing bicycle kicks alone in the backyard.
Oh, look, he left his microphone on.
I think he was recording a new episode of Stoppage Time.
What's that?
Oh, it's the Upper 90 Club's evergreen content series featuring stories and interviews surrounding the Columbus crew.
Where can I listen to it?
I don't know, wherever you get postcards? Postcats? Podcasts?
Girls, you gotta see what I'm working on outside. What are you doing in here?
I'm making a new podcast.
All right. Hello and welcome to the club. I'm your host Mars, and this is episode 16 of the Upper 90 Club, a roundtable podcast where five friends discuss the Columbus Crew. On today's episode, we catch up with the club in the new year and we dig into the inbox for some listener questions. But first, a few announcements. We're going video because Vanity, season 2. So whenever the season kicks off, you'll have the opportunity to see what Ben looks like.
Yeah, everyone just kept asking, like, we like your podcast, but like, what do you look like? What's your face like? You guys sound so pretty. That was most of our listener questions. Like, what do you look like? So
yeah, so we'll get a lot
ASL.
of that. So we're gonna skip that question from the inbox, and we're just gonna
Absolutely
go full video for season 2. We'll see if we go Bitcoin or something like that for season 3, but that remains to be seen. Okay, so let's see. Stoppage time. We've done a lot of stoppage time during our off-season year. Check out our interviews with Ty Phillips from the Columbus Crew. He's the manager of supporter relations. We talked to Chris Lamacchia from the Nordeca board, and we also talked to Hattie Raphael from the Ball is Round podcast from CF Montreal, and did a deep dive on Wilfried Nancy, the new head coach of the Columbus Crew. Also, we talked to the guys from the Cappy Brava Crew 2 Twitter, Discord,
Cappies
channel. That was a wild ride, so check that one out too.
Mm-hmm. But that was regular time.
That was regular time. That was during regular time. And that reminds me, guys, somewhere I have a yellow and a red card that I thought we could bust out for our video edition, so that if anyone gets too far off the rails, I could try and rein y'all in.
I have a whistle.
Love it.
Typically, so I'm going to give away a little tidbit right now that I think has been a secret, and I don't know who all has heard this before, but there's like a secret comedy clip at the end of every episode. Did everyone know that?
What?
Did you guys not know that? I've been doing that for forever.
No.
Well, that's great. So
we don't listen.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
So I just want to give that little teaser out there. The other thing I want to say, and what reminded me, is that we don't really rep our email or our socials at the top of the show, but I wanted to do it now. So
we're not vain. So we don't really do that type of stuff, but we are going video.
And so, right.
So
that's what I'm saying. So and also we are also the proud new owners of upper90club.com. So
we're official.
We're official.
It is official, guys.
Yeah. So you can email us at podcast@upper90club.com. That's podcast@upper90club.com. You can also email each one of us if you can figure out how to spell our names. Ben, Mort, Trey, Haas, Mars at upper90club.com.
Upper90club.com.
That's right. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod.
Yep.
Okay.
Mort's phone number is 614.
So,
man, I can't believe we're going to go on video. I got to get a haircut.
Yeah.
All right. So with me in the club, as always, are Ben, Mort, Trey, and Haas. Say hi, guys.
Hi
guys.
Hello.
All right. So we're a few days into 2023. I thought we could go around the horn and do a resolution rundown. So Ben, what are you going to do this year And how's it going so far?
One of my best friends in college had the best New Year's resolution. So every year everyone's like, oh, what's your New Year's resolution? And I'm like, to not die.
Okay.
That's my goal. Every year.
Taking it to 100. Taking it to 100.
Like, what are you doing this year?
You're going to literally take it to 100. You're going to live to 100. Keep it up.
Mhm.
That's great. Mort, how about you, man? I know you're having a tough January, but tell us what you're up to.
Yeah, so health is important to me, and December we got into it, so I decided to go on a dry January. At the same time, I decided I'm gonna try to yell at my children less, and that combination of not drinking and not yelling at my kids, it's a tough one, but I'm getting there. I'm growing. I see growth.
Okay.
And I see good things.
Where are you seeing growth?
I thought that was going to be more yelling at the children.
Yes.
Yeah, there's got to be some correlation there. I'm not going to dive into it, but I'm just going to acknowledge that there must be something there.
I just wish you weren't crying while you said that.
What about you, Trey?
Oh, my goal this year is to drop about 15 to 20 pounds, and starting that with waking up at 6:30 every morning to work out on the treadmill.
Change a diaper. Oh, what were you saying?
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to drop those pounds before the baby comes, and then you can plan to
put
get
it back
them,
on. That's
get
my
them
goal.
right back.
Yeah.
What about you, Haas?
I am anti-resolution.
Okay, great. Thanks for giving me a heads up on that one. Okay, let's dig in.
Hold on, Morris.
What?
Did you say yours?
Yeah. You're not getting
no,
out of this.
I better not.
What do you mean? Better
What do you
not?
mean you better not? I just got chills.
Ooh.
So, well, if I'm being honest, I want to be more mysterious. So,
Oh,
Wow.
You mean more like mysterious?
well played.
Mystery?
Okay, let's get into the inbox. I have the questions pulled up here. Oh, also, I see a note here for corrections. I don't know why we insist on this, but does anyone want to indulge on that? Are we
It's just a hill I'm going to die on.
okay? So what?
I love the
what's-
oopsie-doos.
What's wrong, Ben? What we do?
I don't know. We don't listen to our own podcast, so I don't think any of us know if we messed up.
All right. So this
It's just a
note,
stream of
this
consciousness.
note is the problem, and I apologize for it. Okay. Question number 1: get one jersey number based on players who've worn them. Which one? Could you not have just typed the question how I'm supposed to read it?
I thought about that when I was doing it, and I couldn't. So when we got this email from this listener, it was very hard to figure out exactly what he or she was trying to say. So I think the general. So does anybody know what this listener was trying to say?
No, I have the question right in front of me. It said, what would you consider the most significant number in crew history based on the player who has worn that number?
it seems pretty well worded. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty.
Not
cut
what
and
I
dry.
what I read was get one jersey number based on players who've worn them. Which one?
So yeah.
All right. So it looks like this question was submitted somewhat by someone named Tracy. So why don't we go around and answer whichever question you'd prefer, whichever version of that question. Ben?
So when I first got the question, I thought it was what number. So I think the general question is, if you were to buy a jersey like every year and you just wanted to put a number on that jersey to represent like your favorite player or whatever, what number would you constantly get on that? And it would just cover you for all the people. So I decided to triple down on my favorite number, 18. So here's my rationalization. So I actually have a jersey just with number 18. So usually when I get crew jerseys, I just put my favorite number on the back because I'm an adult and I can do it and I'm going to do it, but I don't put my name. I'm
You
not
have
that
your
person.
own bank account. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my own. Yeah, it's not great, but let's talk about who's worn it. Nearly nobody, but yeah. So off the jump, the main person that wore it was Robbie Rogers.
Oh,
And he
the
is
Robbie Rogers.
old, yes.
.com.
And he is so important to, the fabric of U.S. soccer in general and all that stuff. So for me, that guy's always been like, top notch. He hasn't done anything wrong in my book. He's always, been on the right side of everything. So I've always loved that guy. And he was on the, 2008 team that took it. So besides him, I also have Aaron Schoenfeld.
Oh, yes.
Who wore it. And the year I actually got the 18, it was Schoenfeld. So everybody thought I was wearing an Aaron Schoenfeld jersey. But hey, he was a striker. He's a tall dude.
Yeah, he had
He's
like an
lanky.
Ivan Drago
I'm all those
vibe.
things except for lanky.
Yeah, but in 08, he was wearing 19.
Okay, yeah. So in 08, he was actually wearing 19. He wore
I
18
have to.
and
I
a
have
year or
to
two
call you
later.
out on this. The number 18 is like the what should have been number for the Crew. Every decent player who wore this number is a what should have been. I mean, come on. Robbie Rogers should have been better. Ben Spies, Schoenfeld. His number one thing is he played in Israel, and his wife is Abby Dahlkemper. Christian Martinez, meh. Robinho. Diaz wore it for a year. Sebastian Berhalter. And our wonderful Canadian friend, Liam Fraser. What should
And
have
that's
been?
another person I had on my list. Liam Fraser. Absolute awesome dude.
One hit
And he
wonder.
should have stayed on the
That's
team.
what this
All
is.
right,
The one hit
I'm-
wonder jersey.
I'm calling next on this. More. What's your answer?
I know. I did my research on this and I found some fun facts. One was, did you know that Kyle Martino wore 3 different jerseys at Crew? He wore a 21, 11, and a 10. So I like him, but since he had 3 different jerseys, I can't pick just one, right? So should I pick 8? That's Nagby, but then it's who else is on there? I don't know. And maybe 6, I guess, is Nagby. Or should I pick 8 because of our tour? Or should I pick 8 for totally different reasons? Because I do pick 8. Because it's only so many names that have worn that. And the reason for that is because Dunk wore it for 11 years.
Yeah, Duncan.
So he had 11 years, and I did some stats here. He had 152 games and 92 starts as a Crew player. Most of them in the first 5-6 years, and then the next ones, 2 or 3 the next couple of years after that. But he's a true one-team player. He had the jersey for about 50% of the time there have been a number 8 at the Crew. He didn't kick a ball for any other professional team. And for that,
Wow.
number 8, I'll take number 8.
I love it.
Oz, what about you?
I got to go 7. Guillermo Barros Schelotto. Just the timing of when I really got into the Crew and how much it meant at the time to me. 7 is the answer.
Yeah, I mean, also, you got John Harkes, Santos.
Did anybody else black out when John Harkes played for the Crew? Because I did not remember that.
It was an interesting read. There was a couple of names in there. I'm like, did he really play for us at some point?
He was always 7.
Yeah, and most recently, Santos. I love that guy.
Yeah, I'm down with Santos as
Yeah.
well.
I think Santos wore 2 or 3 different jerseys too while he was there.
He did.
Yeah, he's been here
Although-
for a minute.
Ben had me really thinking about doubling down on 12 being my number. And that is because
Adam John.
Eddie Gavin.
Okay.
Gavin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Do I get to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to go with 33 for 3 reasons. Number 1, Federico Higuain.
Yeah.
Number 1.5, Jeff Cunningham.
Yeah.
Number 2, Rolling Rock, 33. Anyone?
Nope.
Okay. And number 3, Hurtado.
Yeah, I know. I was like, don't say it out loud.
Yeah, no, but the other
so
two
we-
guys, were great. Trey, what's your answer?
All right. I got 2. I think the
You have
the
2?
answer
Like the number
Well,
2?
No. I think 10 is the greatest number in Crew history, but it is not my number. I think
Agreed.
10
That's what I-
with Zelarayan, Higuain, Moreno, Martino, and Mazanov.
Oh, Moreno.
I think that's the best
right.
Crew number.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
My number's 20 because not only McBride but Trapp both wore it. And
Yeah.
if I was gonna do a jersey kind of vintage type jersey, I'd put 20 on it just because it would be a little bit different. But I think the best crew number of all time is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Based on current crew roster, which positions do you guys in the club think need help? Name 1 or 2 players.
That's a
Yeah,
great
we're
question.
Start
Yeah,
with Mort. Start
yeah.
with Mort.
So there can be so many things on this one. And I was thinking, let's start on the back. And I was thinking people we could get, and we could get at least 1 or 2 good years out of. And I was thinking, coming off the World Cup, let's Tim Ream retire in the United States. Let's bring the man home and let him play for us to strengthen us in the back, get some experience in there, get some of the grit, and really shore up the back. I would love to see him in a crew jersey.
Yeah, and he'll be the same age as the rest of our center backs.
And
47.
almost at our age, so he can hang out with us.
So you're not even really answering the question. I mean, you are answering the question, but you're getting bonus
he's got it.
points because, yeah. So you think we need more support in the back, and you've got just the man for the job. It's the skipper.
And I have another one too.
All right.
I have another one too.
Lay it on me.
And the name came up as we were talking before the pod here, and might come a little bit out of the far right for some of you, but I have Jordan Morris on here.
No, you
And
don't.
Oh yeah, I
You
have Jordan
are-
Morris.
You
I have
stop the podcast.
So no. Come on here. I have hated on Jordan Morris for the fact that he doesn't deserve to be on the U.S. national team. He shouldn't be on the U.S. national team.
Yeah.
Not because of what he contributes to in the MLS and the output there. I think the timing for him to move on and have some different experiences there. I think we need wingers. I think he is absolute quality. He's going to be expensive. I don't know if he's maybe worth the money we have to pay for him. That's another question. But I mean, he is already a member of a Columbus Facebook parent group. I mean, he's almost here already. But
Yeah,
I think he has the experience. If he can stay healthy, he would definitely help the team. As much as I've been hating on him for the U.S. national team and all that stuff, I think it can really help us.
I'm blown away.
You guys, you should see your faces. Anybody watching the video right now, you should see these guys' faces.
It looks like we're all frozen because everybody
Yeah,
has
it's like
no idea what to say.
Did internet go down?
I thought you were going to say Gio Reyna, but
Hot topic.
too soon.
Hot
yeah,
goss.
Too soon. All right.
Yeah.
I like it, Mart. You so not
Yeah.
for the U.S. team, but good enough for Columbus.
Yeah, and I have to put myself aside too, and what's the
Yeah.
best for the team.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Trey, you went last on the last. What do you think? Which positions need help?
You know, I'm with Mort a little bit on this. My first thought was going to be defender based on the age. But then going back to the conversation that we had with Hattie, Raphael from The Ball Is Round, you know, he was saying we're probably going to be running a 3-5-2. So that leaves us a decent back line, although old, if we're not trying to staff 4 in the back, it gives us options. So yeah, I think we really got to find that left winger. I think you got Diaz, Aiden, Nagbe, Zelarayan, Parente, Zawatsky. We need somebody else to fill in an outside role.
Yeah.
I about fell off my chair when I was looking at the crew roster today, and I saw a Jay Morris on there.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Jake Morris. So I think Jordan Morris is a good shout. Man, I really don't. I was having a really hard time trying to think of who else would be able to come in and start over what we currently have. I think Yayabo is still on the roster somewhere, but I don't think that that's a thing.
He was at practice today.
Okay. Yeah.
Hozzy.
He's replaceable. We got to find somebody better. Hold on. I got one more.
Oh, right, because it's 1 or 2.
Yep.
Go ahead.
1 or 2. So up top, we're really running Cucho or the Pirate.
That's right.
I think we need
I'm gonna get when I get those cards out. Y'all are getting a yellow card every time I hear pirate.
I think we
Ben
need
special.
somebody that's familiar with Nanti's system. Somebody who
I think
played
we
in it
need
last
someone
year.
who's familiar with what the pirate
Somebody-
is. Can we hold
somebody
on?
who's
The pirate-
familiar.
We're talking about
No,
JRR.
no, Yeah, well, not right now though. But I'm talking about a player that played in Montreal last year, who's familiar with the system, who's familiar with the crew. Kai Kamara.
Okay.
Oh,
Huh?
that's so controversial.
Huh?
Everybody listening to the pod, don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Yeah, Tracy just fell out of his seat. Just be very careful. We're really worried about him. Don't turn off the pod.
What number did
A
he
lot
wear?
of controversy in today's
Hold on.
pod.
I
I
mean,
would say
how many-
that.
I'm checking out. I'm gonna go see what number did Kamara wear. Quick,
23. He wore 23.
23.
Well, on this ups and downs. One, the up is he will have a really good season, and then two, he will be gone after a year anyways, because he never stays.
Yeah,
So
and the
that's the
other thing
upside.
too is he provides something completely different. He's the yin to the yang of Cucho. He's tall. He wins stuff in the air.
Oh, yeah, didn't he like set a record or come close? I think he was.
Yeah.
He was like neck and neck with
Close.
his name escapes me. The Italian in Toronto.
Giovinco.
Yeah, I think they were
Or
neck and neck.
Insigne.
No, it was Giovinco. Yeah. Okay. Haas.
What jumped out at me most is the back line. Just the depth, because, I mean, looking at the graphic that we shared to each other a little bit, I mean, Degnek, Williams, Mensah, and Quinton? I don't even know.
That's the
Quinton.
new guy.
Okay. The guy from Seattle? Anyway, I mean, that's 4 total players to play 3 positions in the back line. So
Yeah.
the depth seems really lacking there. I don't have any great ideas for that to fill in there. One of the players I saw that is available, Harrison Awful, which I doubt they'd ever bring him back at this point, but just skimming through a list of players currently available in the MLS, we're already kind of stacked at the wing back, 3 players for each side, essentially, is what the list is showing.
Yeah, sure.
I would love Awful because I like him so much, but
Have him retire
know.
here.
yeah, let him retire here. Let's fly him in. Let's fly him in for one game and let him retire a group player. How about that?
Yeah, I wanted Higuain to do that too. His goal against New York City, like at home, where he dribbled past like
in the
4
playoff
It was
goal.
Halloween.
Yeah,
It was Halloween.
Oh
in
my goodness.
2017,
19,
maybe
17?
2018.
17.
17.
What is
Man,
time?
Yeah, it was 17.
It was. He took it from 3-0 to 4-0, and we needed the goal in
We ended up
aggregate.
needing the goal. Yes.
In aggregate. What a goal. Haas, find a clip of that goal and post it, please, because it's up there. It's my second favorite Crew goal, only to Frankie Haydick's third goal in
Header,
the MLS
yeah.
Cup from 2000.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm only seeing 24 guys on the roster currently. Is it 30, 32?
Yeah, we have a lot of spots available. Have you
Right.
tried out? Has anybody tried out here? Is there tryouts?
All right, Ben. I know you probably have something prepared here. You're probably going to go through the whole waiver wire.
Yeah.
There. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of anxiety time just researching players. So I kind of agree with you guys. It's got to be. I mean, we're looking at the graphic I sent. You know, you got 3 in the back. Sands could probably come back and play. Same thing with Miranda. He could probably come back and play. But I mean, I think the 3 in the back is worrisome because we only have 3 people, or maybe 4. So I was looking at center backs first because we absolutely need a center back. So my list is very young. We have a lot of age, and we desperately need younger players to come in. So I was looking, and I was like, well, okay. So anybody that watched the World Cup knows that Degenek played amazing. And in general, Australia played amazing. So I was like, well, their defense was solid, right? So I checked out their defense and tried to figure out who plays where and what's going on. There's 2 center backs. One of them, I can't remember where he plays for, but he's like locked in. And the other guy is a guy named Kai Rowles. He currently plays for Hearts in Scotland, but he only has 14 games there. So he's only played 14 games for Hearts. And before that, he played only in Australia. So Australia is like a non-league, right? Like it's not like anywhere near
Just
MLS.
lost half of our listeners, Ben.
All right. So basically, he's a 24-year-old. He played amazing during the World Cup. He played alongside Milos. He plays for Hearts currently, which is a good team in the Scottish Premier League, but he's basically like a nobody. Pick that guy up. 24 years old for a center back is money. So, and I think his net worth or something like that, his transfer fee is only like 400,000. So it wouldn't even be a thing. So to me,
two
center
very
back,
different figures.
Yeah, well, money's money.
Net
You know how it
worth.
goes. But I mean, he started every World Cup game. He played against some of the best people in the world, and they did that entire back line. I think they gave up very few goals. I mean, they lost Argentina 2-1, and he started every single game, played every single minute. He's 24 years old. He plays for Hearts. He has 14 games in. He has 1 goal.
Okay, all right.
Brilliant. All right. Anyways,
You're
I'm
stuck in
rambling.
a loop. Who's next?
Plays for
Yeah,
Hearts.
I know.
Plays for
Okay.
Hearts.
So the other person we need is a striker, and not like a striker, because I think Pirate, yellow card, and Cucho playing up top. We don't really need like a number 9, like an actual striker. So we need some type of winger or playmaker. Again, I'm only looking for the young guys. So I was looking at, I watched a lot of the U20 World Cup, U20 team, US team, which has like basically the entire Philly team. And Philly was awesome last year. And all those guys play awesome. So I am thinking about Quinn Sullivan. Does anybody know Quinn Sullivan? Really? No one knows Quinn Sullivan?
knows.
Not
I bet
personally.
Core knows.
All right,
Shout
so
out
this
to
guy
Core.
currently plays for
Cappy
Philly.
Brava.
He's 18 years old. He's phenomenal. He's 5'11". He scores like in every game he plays. And he's a winger. Awesome.
It's just reading us stats. Did you submit this question, Ben?
He's 5'11".
He's 5'11". That's tall
He's
for a
so
striker.
How
average.
is that relevant?
It's tall
not
for
tall.
striker.
He wears
Yeah,
a
how
size
tall is
10.
Cucho?
Wears a size 10 shoe. He's a medium on top and a medium on
He's got
bottom.
a very unique attribute, average height.
Oh, I'm so sorry for doing the homework and knowing the things. Okay. I'd either do that. Does anybody know Diego Luna? Plays for RSL, 19.
This
Yes.
is ridiculous.
Phenomenal. I can't wait
Oh.
in 3 years when these guys
Hold
are
on,
playing
no,
for the
no.
U.S. national team.
This-
I'm like,
you did.
remember that time?
This
All right,
question was
bookmark
submitted by Ben. This
I know what you
question
mean.
was- you just set us up to have this conversation so you could start reading us stats.
so I can talk about 19-year-old dudes. Yeah, I get it. The other person I want to shout out before we
No,
move on
no,
is
no.
I think we should get, and you guys will know this person, Matthew Hoppe. Anybody?
Scored
Nashville?
twice today.
He did score twice today.
Nashville.
I think
Yeah,
one was
you
a
know
penalty
where he
kick and penalty.
you
No.
know where he plays most of his games. He plays for Middlesbrough 2.
Academy. No, it's not 2. It's
Yeah.
Academy. Yeah.
Isn't there a Hoppy?
So-
Yeah,
Lower.
sorry, it's in his
Even lower.
second youth Premier League or whatever you call it.
Yeah, but a year ago, people were comparing him to Dempsey. So if you think about it, he is a winger / playmaker in a 3-4-3 system. He's probably going to be cutting inside, and the wing backs are going to go up the front. He would be awesome, and he's really young.
I don't hate that take for the crew
Finally.
aspect of it. I hate that take for the U.S. men's national team part of it, because if he's coming
Correct.
to the crew now,
Totally.
he's toast for his
Agreed.
national team career. Like if that's where he lands when he's 20 or 21, he's got an uphill battle. But
Hey,
he'd
you
probably be good in
remember
Columbus.
a really young guy that was really good, that was going to be so good.
Julian
His name
Green.
was Freddie something.
Freddie.
Freddie,
Freddie.
Do you?
Freddie.
Do you remember it?
The next Pele.
He was signed when he was 13. That was like completely different. Hoppy was at least 19.
All right. We're taking a break. We'll be right back. The 2023 season is upon us, and with the new year brings us a new coach, a renewed excitement for the game, and endless twists and turns throughout the season. You're a part of our club, but it's time for you to join the team by becoming a season ticket holder. Visit columbuscrew.com/tickets or call 614-447-2739 to secure your experience. Listen, real talk here, we saved the crew for a reason, right? We have the best fans in the best city in the U.S. Let's show up and prove it again. Visit columbuscrew.com/tickets online or call 614-447-2739 to secure your 2023 season tickets. See you at the game. Welcome back. Okay, so we've got a couple more questions. Let's see. This is U.S. men's national team related. If you could choose any U.S. men's national team player or coach, okay, let me think about that. Any player or coach, U.S. men's national team, past or present, dead or alive,
Dead
okay,
or alive.
to come in and coach, not just come in, but also coach the U.S. men's national team, staying out of the muck that's going on right now, pending investigations, etc. Who would you pick? Who would you pick to coach the team if the investigation finds that Greg is unfit?
Oh, I got a good one. I'm going to name off the accomplishments of the person I'm selecting.
And we got to guess.
Let's see if you guys can get it. All right,
I'm
ready?
ready.
He has a Tony Award. Go ahead.
Anthony.
His name is Anthony.
His name is Anthony. All right, former US U20s coach. 3-time collegiate national champion.
Josh Wolf.
2-time MLS winner.
Shaggy Smith.
3-time US Open Cup winner. It is Siggy Schmidt. It has
Wow.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
I had him in mind for sure.
Wait, did he play for the U.S. men's national team? I thought that was part of the question.
No. He never actually played
It says
collegiately.
if
No,
you
he
could
just had to
choose
either
any
coach
player
or
U.S. men's national team player or coach.
Oh, yeah. Reading
So,
is rough, man.
I think we got to throw that
or
one
assistant.
out. We're just going to throw that one out.
Did he not?
Nice
No,
try.
You said he was coaching. He was coaching.
He coached the U20s.
Oh, okay.
That counts.
All right, fine. It's back in. It's back in. That's the best answer.
Sorry for
And he's in the
interrupting
Hall-
you, but
he's in the Hall of
I
Fame.
had the same. Yeah, I had the same answer.
Mort, you had the same?
Yeah.
It was one of mine.
I had a couple of other ones on my list as well.
Kick him.
But
Well,
well,
but he is dead. So, I mean,
Yes.
let's get to some people who might actually do it.
Yeah.
no, but man, how cool would it be to see him with the American flag around his neck and coaching the
Yeah.
team?
Yeah.
You know he would wear the.
Oh, yeah.
He would wear.
Yeah.
I'm not
He would
crying.
wear
You're
the
crying.
scarf.
Oh, yeah. Set to the tune of Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. Be great.
So
Yeah.
I did have a couple of other ones I want to throw out there. I was thinking we might need a hard man to get some discipline on the guys. He's not
Go on.
currently. He's
It's not you, Ben.
in U.S. coaching. Nice, Ben.
Yeah. Hey, we're not on video yet, baby.
Oh,
Or
well, he left soccer in 2015, and he led the U.S. Players Union. He's now out of soccer altogether. But Eddie Pope, I was thinking he can come
Oh,
and
wow.
rattle some people and get them to focus and get over their little childish ways and get back to business.
I like it. Okay, Ben.
So,
Start
I
a
went through
timer.
I went through all the U.S. coaches prior to, and
Haas, can you
none
go?
of them. No. And I did love. I don't know. I still like Klinsmann as a coach. I don't think as a coach necessarily, but maybe as like a player coach or like some type of development person. But my shout, which is weird, is Noonan from Cincinnati.
You want
Hear me
Pat
out.
Noonan?
Pat.
Yes. Patty cakes. All right. So here's my like criteria for the U.S. men's national team coach. I'm looking for someone who can coach and have the players hit above their weight. And he did that with Cincinnati. Like they did very well last year and they hit well above their weight. He also needs to deal with player egos, which we seem to have a problem with. And I think he did a pretty good job, bringing Miazga in and having him play as well as he did. He fit right in. He came in and he did phenomenal, whether we like it or not. He does play a 3-4-3. And I think the 3-4-3, or at least 3 in the back, 3-5-2, 3-4-3, is the new way of playing soccer. I think that is what more people are going to adopt, kind of like how the 4-3-3 was. So we got a guy who can come in, get guys to hit above their weight, deal with the egos, play the future of soccer, play, whatever. And let's not forget, he played for the Crew. Yeah, did I just blow your minds?
Yeah.
He
Coach
played
the
for
crew
your
as well.
crew, and he played during their 2008 World Cup win. And he also played for 7 clubs. So he played for under a bunch of different coaches. So he came into Cincinnati, did super well, is dealing with people that are older and dealing with everybody. I think he's probably the best current shout.
Here's my challenge on this. It's like, didn't we decide when we were talking about whether Greg would come back last time that we needed someone to, ride the the talent train a little better, and like we need like a someone who can utilize the talent that we have, because isn't Greg the guy who make money balls and punch it, has a team punch above their weight? Is that different than what Greg does?
Absolutely. Greg talked a lot. He got burned a lot for talking about XG and talking about, we lost, 1-0, but our XG was 2, and it was not a lot of. There was a lot of. That's where the money ball Greg kind of came into play. So if we're talking, I kind of took this. I looked at this more through the lens of less of, I think that a coach for like a national team only has the guys for like 2 weeks, and he needs to be like almost an ultimate hype man, have like, just a couple things going on, and then he just like sends them out and play it. And if you think about too much Moneyball, Greg's biggest criticism was he got guys into camp and he would say, well, I need you to do this. And he would send them videos, and it was like way too cerebral. And I think Pat Noonan is able to take the talent he has, play, a 3 in the back system that is, whatever, and play some flashy soccer. I mean, Vasquez went out last season and played phenomenal. They were scoring goals left and right, which is US doesn't at all. So that's where I kind of took it. I needed somebody who was going to come in and play 3 in the back, and also somebody who, fit all the criteria.
There's a bonus. I mean, if you take him out of Cincinnati, they might take a little step back. But before we even move on, I want everybody to give Ben an applause for all the research and hard work he's put into this answer. So
no one's going to do that. Everybody knows.
I give you some
but
there.
when you said that, what did you say? You said
I said a lot of
an
words.
Ultimate hype man, and they only need a couple things, and I couldn't stop thinking of number 2, the hype man. I'm going to say it again. I said it before. Frankie Haydick, if you're listening,
yes,
just get out there, man. Get the man bun going. New look, new Frankie.
But I genuinely think there should be. Yeah, I think my other shout was Josh Wolf, because I think that what he's done at Austin was really awesome. And I think when Greg lost him, he lost a lot. I think he lost a lot. So I think like anybody who is a coach needs to be the coach. And I wish they would have like a player's coach, somebody who comes in, like how Greg talks about a locker room guy, like instead of doing, filling a roster spot with that, like bring in like a Klinsman who literally is like, go out there and play with your heart. And you know what I mean? Like somebody like underneath them to kind of talk like, I can go on and on about this because I had that guy in high school.
Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. Like, you can be really smart, but you can't be a good coach. No.
So who's that kid? I don't know about that.
It's a little scary, Ben's admiration for all of these awful teams. It's like I'm talking so much. They're so good. They're playing so well. I love their colors.
Why did I say
awesome,
colors?
and the ownership is the best.
All I'm saying is for Cincinnati winning the wooden spoon every year, and I just loved it to have Noonan come in and do what he did is commendable. And then when you actually dig into the numbers, he'd be a good fit. I think
A little bit of
That's a
research.
good answer.
Noonan's not horrible. He's got a good pedigree.
Hey, all
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate
I
it.
hate it.
But
I think-
it's
I
not,
think
but it's not what I want to see going into 2026.
No.
Like I don't know. I don't agree with you that we need a hype man. I think we need somebody in between Greg and Bruce Arena.
Papa John.
Like-
Oh wow, yeah, good call.
Peyton Manning.
And an actual coach thinking outside the box is a totally different question.
Noonan even came from the Curtin school of coaching as well. So I mean, he's got a lot of good stuff going for him. But
All right, Haas, you've been patiently waiting.
2 of the 3 I had in mind have been mentioned. So
And those were
one of Schmid and Wolf.
Hey,
But another one that I had in mind, and honestly, I wasn't completely certain what he was doing when I thought of him. It was mostly just the criteria of being a former, had previous involvement with the men's national team, and experience with the men's national team, appearing in 4 World Cups. No coaching experience to my knowledge, though. Was DeMarcus Beasley.
wow. I like that. He's like the
But
most
again,
likable.
not a realistic answer because he's not like he doesn't have a coaching license to my knowledge and isn't coaching. So just the experience mostly is where my head was at.
I like it. I mean, he's definitely the most likable, I think, U.S. men's national team player that we have because he hasn't gone on Fox Sports and made a complete idiot of himself.
Yeah, I can disagree.
Yeah, and when we talked to Ty said he was like the nicest guy. Yeah.
yeah, I like it. I just would like to see us get away from the former players. I mean, but if we're getting out of New York, New Jersey,
that would negate the premise of this question.
The prompt.
Yeah, that I see
Well, it
is
could be a
submitted
coach,
by
though,
someone
too.
named Haas. So
HAZZ.
yeah.
Haas.
All right. So if you didn't hear me before, I said it's podcast at upper90club.com. If you want to hear questions that we didn't ask ourselves,
Allegedly.
podcast at upper90club.com. Well, we'll have to see what transpires. I hope that Greg can weather the storm. I'm still pulling for him. All right. Last question. This is crew related. The logo.
Oh, boy.
Is it growing on you? Have you had it tattooed yet? If
Yeah,
it were to be
that's
changed,
exactly where my mind went.
if it were to be changed, boy, it seems too soon for that. But that's that. Okay, I'll read the question. If it were to be changed, should we go back to an old design or a new one?
And I think we should premise this before we even start. This is the first and last time we're going to talk about the redesign. We don't want to.
We haven't really talked about the logo.
I don't
We
think
haven't.
have.
No.
No.
We weren't around when it actually.
you
happened.
don't need to bring all that baggage.
Well, we
here.
were around.
We're just talking
weren't
about the
around.
logo, man. We're just talking about the logo.
All right, man. All right, man.
It doesn't have to be charged. So let's describe it. It's like a pendant, right? Like
Carabiner.
yeah,
Carabiner.
okay, but it's supposed to be like an Ohio flag, right?
Yes.
On its side, like facing downward, and there's a C in it, and it says 96 in the corner. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so Trey, is it growing on you? And if it were to be changed, should we go back to an old one or design a new one?
God, don't hate me. It is growing on me.
Oh,
And the more I go back and look at the circle logo, the more I dislike it.
Wow, hot
Mm.
take.
The more I think it's simplistic. I think the
you know that
font
our
on the
logo is the
logo-
circle logo.
No. To me, it's
So you hate the podcast.
the font. The font on it's very simple. Like it's fine. Like
Font?
I don't know. Like
It's one
yeah,
letter.
like the Columbus Crew. Like,
oh, okay.
like-
yeah, it's like a gothic kind of, isn't it? Like
Is
Yeah.
it papyrus?
it's not.
it is. I don't
papyrus.
like it.
No.
No, I don't know. I have never hated the new logo as much as everybody else did. I am not. Let me rephrase this. I haven't gotten it tattooed yet. But I would like to see a redesign of some sort. But I understand why they haven't. They invested a lot of money in it. I don't think it's as bad as everybody made it seem. And I think the little tweaks they did, adding in the 96, taking off the odd triangle, and then taking away SE and putting crew in. So I guess you'd call this the 0.2 or 0.1. Is much better. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. So somewhere between acceptance and a new tattoo. I'm good with that. All right, Ben has just left. He's gone. So let's go to Haas.
So I didn't like it a lot. I really didn't like it at first. In certain situations, I can appreciate it at this point. I think it has its issues. I think it can look good on a kit, on a jersey. I think there are instances where they should use a different graphic at times. I don't think we should go back to anything else. If it were to change, I think it would need to be something different, something new. I mean, I love the construction guys.
What about the logo, though? Right.
That's
I don't own anything with it on it that wasn't given to me for free. That might change this year, depending on what kits look like. That's where I'll leave it.
Okay.
All right, Ben.
Did Mort go already?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when it first happened, no, it was brutal. If you remember, it was the C. It didn't have the 96. They took away the crew, and it had the SC at the bottom instead, and then they fixed it. So, is it growing on me? I hate it less. That's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much the general thing. Is like I just. It's new. It doesn't have any of the old. I mean, when I think of old crew, I think of like the hard hat guys. I think of crew cat because cats are tight, and then I think of specifically. I think of the checkers. Like I really, really, really. When I think of the crew, I think of the black and yellow checkers. And we talked about it before. Yeah, I mean the checkers down the side of the Acura jersey. Yeah, the Umbros throwback. That's just me. So when I saw the new crew, I had a C that looked absolutely ridiculous. Like it reminded me of like I think it was the guy in Waterboy with the one eye that was like real weird. It's like, the letter C.
No, come on.
Oh man, it's brutal. So I will say that so today when I got the question, I looked at all the things and I looked at all the badges across all the different people and I looked up who has a pennant. Like who has a pennant, the Ohio flag's a pennant, who has that on their logo? And I couldn't find anybody. I mean, I found some like Atletico Madrid kind of has a thing, but no one has a pennant. So I think, in my opinion, I like the idea of a pennant logo. I mean, I know that a circle logo is like more often the thing, but I kind of like the pennant look. So I'll give that a pass. I like it. I've decided that I think that's actually kind of cool. It works for Ohio. Yeah. Give them candy. But I don't like anything else in it still. Like I'm with Haas. I don't own anything. I don't own anything branded with that C. In fact, I've actually found myself at Walgreens buying, I have it right here. Where is it at? Like I'm buying old crew stuff with old logos just because I'm like trying, because I want to be buried with it because it's great. The old logo isn't bad. It is busy. I'm with Trey on that one. I think it's busy.
That was like a German thing, wasn't it? Like it's like
kind of. It was fitting like too much in.
Yeah.
I basically I like the pennant.
There's a lot of German influence in Columbus.
Yeah.
Can we go to the one thing? And Ben had me research a little bit more. I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but this is a massive pet peeve of mine when they actually unveil the new logos and they give you the BS explanation of the checkers represent this. The yellow circle around the inner means heart.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when they did the description of the Austin logo, right?
Yeah.
It's just like like marketing speak, like the tree.
Yeah.
Pure marketing speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin's like, oh yeah, we're all about trees. I've been to Austin. There's like 0 trees.
So can I share, when we were talking about this, I just wanted to share in September of 1981, King Crimson released the album Discipline. And I don't think anyone's ever heard it except for a friend of mine named Kevin Davison and maybe a few of the other old rockers in Columbus. But I'm going to just read you these lyrics because this is what I thought of. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I do think it's good. The fact is, no matter how closely I study it, no matter how I take it apart, no matter how I'll break it down, it remains consistent. I like it. So
Wow. It was a little pitchy, but
Wow.
so you actually think it's grown on you? You kind of like it?
yeah, man. I mean, it's like it's very Ohioan, right? Like I think it fits right in with the other Ohio
It's
logos. What? No?
No.
Just
He's
cut.
just like he goes, it's
Well, because
dumb.
I'm just looking at you, and so they can't see it, but Mark's wearing the crew, like a crew jersey, and it has the old logo, and it's sharp.
Wait, hold on. Let's before we go too far, Mort, say your
Mort
piece.
still needs
on
to
it.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Mort, say your
Have
piece.
at it. Wow.
I did say that it was an unpopular take, but it's grown on me. I realize now it's not an unpopular take because I hear that around the whole thing. When I come to the stadium and I see that kind of silver version on the side of the stadium, I think it's kind of cool.
It looks good.
It's sleek.
It's a good look. It's a sleek look. It looks good on a hat.
Does
I mean, like I like it from that. Just some you said it has the C kind of. It's a little bit Clippers. You have
Yeah.
Cleveland,
Indians.
yeah.
Or
So it's very Ohio.
not
yes.
Indians.
It looks like
So
the
it's probably more
Acura
sellable
logo,
then.
like the Acura logo on the jerseys. The way it kind of like looks, also kind of Star Trek.
Yeah, it's very
I guess
angular.
it's kind of Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it.
And Mars, I have the New Jersey coming in the mail to fit the rest of the
Yeah,
other ones I
good.
have here to keep the yellow streak going. But I say stick with it. It's really I'm fine with it. I've just said it would be fun to put all those all historical features of the logos and keywords like massive and black and gold 96 into one of those AI art generator
Mhm.
things.
Oh yeah, good
Did you
call.
do that?
And see and no, I did not do it. And let's
Can you
have it
do it?
spit out something.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
some free ones. I have one that I use. But I was thinking, hey, let's select 5 of them and vote on. them or
Yeah, I like
something.
that.
We're
I
not
really
gonna do
like that.
So, but no, in short though, I think it's fine. It has really grown on me. I haven't really bought a lot of stuff either. I think I bought one at Costco
Come on, Mort.
because anything at Costco is usually a good deal.
Come
I did.
on, Mort.
I buy
Cheap.
my stuff at Costco.
What else did you buy at Costco? Everything. Okay, Mort.
Everything, yes.
Do you all
Yes.
remember how you felt about the circle logo when it came out? Did we love it?
Yes,
I was pumped about
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I had.
Did we love it?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
We did.
Yeah, I liked it.
I felt like we were caught up. I thought we were caught up. Now we're in the next generation. Now we're really like going into MLS 2.0. We're kind of becoming that next type of step as a team. And I kind of liked that unveiling because I felt like it was an evolution. The only thing I didn't like about the new logo was I felt like it was shoved down my throat.
Yeah. Well,
I think the biggest problem with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I think the biggest problem with the new logo is just the fact of it could have been so much better. They could have taken a lot of the design aspects that they used, and the execution of it, I think, could have been from the very beginning better.
Well, and right, wasn't there like a not like there were also things that the Nordeca had and the fan base, abroad had issues with, right? Like they kind of whitewashed the crew, right? Like the crew was taken out of it. Like this, what we're talking about really is like a 2.0 of the redesign, right? Of the brand. What I was going to say was that, we're not ancient, but we've been Vans for a while. And I think that getting a new logo also has some kind of aspect of like, trying to make friends when you're older. Like, it's just like, well, I already know that old logo, like I don't need to get to know a new logo, like, so I think that, as you go to more games and you see the new logo in more places, I think that's what leads to the like, all right, this is growing on me, right? You see you see it out, you see it on the gear. You don't see it on like, on a square on Instagram or whatever. I think it becomes real and you start to associate it with the team you love, right?
Yeah, but my issue is, the club's been around since 96 and there's like, every time there's a new ownership, they want to make something new. And it's like, I just wish it was more like the soul of, soccer in other countries, where it's just like, this is who it is. Like Manchester United is not going to be bought by someone new. Like when Chelsea was bought, they weren't like, let's redo some stuff. Let's make it like better or more like whatever. It's like, this is just the club. You buy the club, you get what comes with the club. You don't get to like redesign everything. That's just my opinion.
But it happens. The logos changed over time. You saw the most famous one recently was Juventus, right? The old lady got that J. Now they have kind of like the Crew. It's very modern, kind of just like that.
Yeah,
J
sure.
is their new logo.
But
double line.
Yeah.
So you see, I saw that. Anybody see that Bayern Munich's over the years posted on Twitter?
No.
They had all the logos, and somehow it was missing between like 1938 and 1945 because the logo had a certain symbolism in the middle of it.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
That's a great place to acknowledge what a great question that was, Mort. That was submitted from a Mort. Thank you for that question.
I mean, 4 out of the 5 of us do have $96 voucher that we need to spend in the team store. So I have a feeling we might be purchasing things.
Oh,
with the
100%.
logo on
Whatever
it.
they come out with, even if it's a hot dog on a stick for a jersey, I'll be like, yep.
Well, and you'll need to get it for when we go full video here.
Thank you, Typico.
in season 2. Okay. Well, that's all we got, right? We good? We're doing a few things, exciting couple kind of stoppage time, auxiliary type sessions coming up. So stay tuned for those. And otherwise, we'll see you back here in the club. Go Crew!
Go
Crew!
Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go Crew!
Mailbag, huh?
Yeah, is that okay?
That's what you went with?
No.
Oh, mailbag.
The mail sack.
Yeah. Much better.
Yeah, I mean, there's no mailbag works.
Mailbag is fine.